today I am with Jose Rosario, who is an actor, and we're going to talk a little bit about his background and the work he's been doing, and just get to know his life story. So I want to start off by asking, how did you get started in the world of acting?
Oh, I don't know. I just started since I was a kid. I don't know, Cantifla. It's a Mexican
I know
comedian.
Cantinflas, yeah, yeah.
And my mother used to watch, you know, all the Mexican shows. And I wanted to be not like Cantifla, but like an actor, like the Mexican actors, because that's what we used to see. And even though I'm Puerto Rican, uh, and people always say, "What did you inspires you?" I thought I can do the same thing but my mother said, "No, see, that's not all right for you." And I don't know. In school, when I was in high school, I did plays, I did musicals, and then when I got out of high school, I went to the Academy of Music and Drama, and we did a lot of shows. And then in New York, because I came from Puerto Rico when I was about 2 or 3, and I came to New York City. That's where I grew up. I did a lot of plays in Manhattan, New York, and I joined a lot of theaters. I went to a lot of acting classes, and I thought I was going to become a big star. I guess everybody does too. And I think I told you why. I did this one play and I got fantastic reviews. And so this guy's going to be a star. Blah 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 blah. And I said, "Oh wow, great! I'm really here now." A month later or 2 months later, I was driving a taxi in New York City, and then I decided, oh, wait a minute, I can't keep doing this. I'm going to go to California. I had friends here in California doing films and TV, and I moved here, and I got lucky. I became a regular at Archie Bunker's place, which is on Channel 2. It was the number one show in America at the time. And I went and auditioned for the character. It was a cook, a Spanish cook, and I didn't even, because I didn't watch television. All I did was do theater. And when I went to auditions with Carol O'Connor, I didn't even know who Carol O'Connor. I thought it was a woman, Carol, and she was the biggest name here in California, or here in America. Anyway, I did 3 years in the show as a regular, and I thought I was a big shot. Of course, the show ended, and I didn't work for for a while, but I enjoyed myself very much. Went back to New York, took my mother to Atlantic City. We gambled, my brother, to Puerto Rico, and I spent all my money having a great time. And then, luckily, I picked up a few TV shows here. I'm still doing it, and I'm having a great time as an actor. I enjoy being an actor. It's a profession that I love doing. I think I told you I did a musicals, like dance, sing, okay. As well. Uh, Not that great, but I can, make noise, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But if anybody ever thinks about becoming an actor, and it's a hard life. You really have to enjoy it, and if you want to make a family, my son is an actor as well now. My daughter refused to be an actor. I used to take her with me to auditions, and she said, "No, I can't do this anymore. This is hard." You keep going and going, and you don't get any work, you know, 1 out of maybe 20. That's how hard it is sometimes. But you can't give up. This is what you want to do again. You do it for the rest of your life. And, you know, I tell everybody who wants to be an actor that you don't do it to be famous, you do it because this is what you want to do. You know, enjoy yourself. You become a character in a play or in a movie or in a TV. You enjoy that character. Well, you know, you be a bad guy, a good guy. I usually play the good guy because I don't have that mean face. You know, I try playing bad, but there was a show called Short Eyes. It was a big film. It was one of my biggest films. And the director did not want me because he said, you look too clean cut. But the playwright was a friend of mine. I said, he's Miguel Pinheiro. I said, Miguel, he doesn't want me in the play. I mean, in the film. You know, and he said, don't worry about it, I'll get you in there. So, but don't shave. Get your hair crazy. I used to have real curly hair. Look, and I did the part, and it was a great, you know, but just about 30 years ago. And that's how my big start in films. I'm talking a lot.
No, that's the whole point. That's great. If you were giving me one word answer, that'd be
Sure,
horrible for me.
go ahead, ask me some questions.
Yes, okay, so going back, so you lived in New York and you
Yes.
live in LA. What are the major differences that you have as an actor in these two major cities?
New York is more theater. LA is more television and films. Right? And at the beginning, you come and you think you're. When I came out here, I said, no, I don't want to do films. I don't want to do television. I just want to do theater. You don't make any money in the theater. that's how, and you got to pay the rent.
And you did off-Broadway, right?
Oh, yes, I did off-Broadway. I did, and they were paying jobs, but it's still not the kind of money to pay the rent. And the rent was heavy in New York. And I just, and there was one night that I remember too, it was real cold. And I said, God, I can't deal with this weather here anymore. Everybody's telling me, come to California, it's nice and hot. Which is not hot all the time. Because the first time I came to California, it rained for a whole week.
You brought the weather with
Yeah.
you.
Oh, yeah. So I went, so then I went back to New York, and I did Shakespeare there. I did Cleopatra and Antony. And that was a big off-Broadway play. And I said, oh God, yeah, I made it again. I made it again. After that, I didn't work for 2 months. I was broke again. And then I came back to California. And then I started, I got the TV show as a regular. And I said, oh God, I'm rich and I'm happy. But, it's a great experience here. And I love California, to be honest with you. And, a lot of people, I have a lot of friends who just did not like California. I love California though. I mean, I love New York, but California is my hometown now. This is where I'm gonna end up dying here.
The amount of, we've had so many interviews, and the amount of people that move from other places just because of the weather, it comes up a lot, so.
Oh yeah, it's I mean, right now it's cold here.
It's cold.
And I'm complaining, it's 69 degrees to me is cold. I'm going this, I call my brother, he's in and he says, it's 20 degrees here and you're complaining. It's hot there.
Yeah.
And I said, no, you don't understand. I'm wearing a sweater.
Yeah. Okay, so As an actor, there's so many challenges just to be an actor. But once you get the job, I want to know what your most challenging role has been.
Okay, wow. I did a monster film called Tremors 2, and I played a scientist. And at the end of the movie, I get eaten by the monster. But the challenge was that it was a lot of earthquake and everything, and I had to, run. And it was this monster that lived underground and came up and eat you. And my challenge was that during one of the moments I had to get eaten by the by the monster and then make it look real, and that was hard. Because at the end you only see my hands. And then I did a TV show over here called Heroes. I played a captain, a Mexican captain, and I there was I talked to this girl and she had some powers where she blew me off and I had to fly, and I made a mistake of telling some people, no, I can do this, don't worry about it. But they strap you up and they throw you over, throw you flying back, and that was scary. That was scary. And I said, oh my God, I won't do this again. Next time let the stunt people do it, And some of the challenges I have in acting too, you get into characters and you, I'm trying to remember some of the films that I did that you feel sorry, you do something, I played you play somebody bad and you're really not a bad person, but to kind of show that you are a bad person, that you don't care for anybody, that you treat a woman bad, and that's hard. For me anyway, I don't like to treat anyone bad. I'm a really nice guy, and those are the challenges in life as an actor. You have to portray characters, and you can't take it personal. And you have to learn to hold back sometimes your anger. And and in films you can't be too loud, because the camera takes everything you say and it blows it up. So you have to bring it down. And those are the challenges in acting that you have to do. And because I came from the theater, everything was loud. You're doing a play. You go, hey, hi, ho, hey.
Like they say, the last seat. Like
Oh,
that has
right.
to hear
The
you.
last seat you got.
They have to hear you. You have to see.
You have to. Hey, hello.
Yeah.
But when you come here, it's, hello. Because the camera takes everything. It projects it. It shows your teeth and your eyes. And your face, and you have to bring everything down. When you talk to somebody, it's got to be more natural.
Yeah.
It's in theater. It's not natural. You got to hit a lot of people. Here you're used doing the camera, and those are the challenges that you have to learn when you come. When I came here, they say, "Hey, kid, bring it down." So
We have microphones.
Yeah.
You can tone it.
Yeah, the camera's in your face, like that. That took a while for me to understand.
Okay, I know that you did a little bit of like comedy for a
Yes.
bit. What did that teach you going into your acting roles?
I was always a comedian actor because I did a lot of comedies on stage. But as an actor, it taught me I'm good at the comedy, acting. The stand-up comedy was something different because it's real more personal. It's talking to people. I just found out, me as a stand-up comedian, I didn't like it. I just didn't. I couldn't communicate for some reason. Just didn't. I just wanted to go and communicate with the camera, and instead of with a group of people. But you know, it's funny when I say that, because when you do a play, you are communicating with the audience, because there's people sitting there, and I mean, I've been at theaters where there were only like 5 people, and you know, and you say, well, the show has to go on, and you have to perform for 5 people, you know, and I didn't mind that, you know, but stand up, which I did for about 2 or 3 years. I didn't enjoy. You know, I think I said something to you before that when I was standing on the stage talking to people, doing jokes, something in my head said, "You're not having fun." It was this is not what you want to do. Stop. And so that was my last show, and then that's it. I stopped doing that because it wasn't fun for me. And if it's not fun, what's the use of doing it? You know,
Exactly.
if you don't like acting, acting is fun for me. I like, you know, somebody gives me a character, and it's different. I enjoy performing for the camera, and I enjoy, you know, I get into the character, and sometimes I get too much into the character.
I do want to ask you, Jose, you are a polyglot, right?
Mhm.
So, what is your experience as an actor working in different languages?
Nothing. It's the same. It's the same. I don't, you know, I've done. A lot of times I end up speaking, you know, on Spanish, so I spoke a lot of Spanish. I do know, you know, the Mexican, Cuban. When I
Italian, the
you know,
Italian.
when I came here, they were doing Sutu, and I auditioned for Sutu. It was a different language altogether. You know, it's a Mexican different language. So I paid this. There was a Mexican waiter, and I said, hey, you know, in Spanish, can you teach me this? Well, how to say this? And he taught me. I went back and I auditioned for the New York station. I got hired to do it in New York, but they didn't. They canceled it because they went to New York, but the people couldn't understand the language there. And I love the play, but it's Spanish is Spanish, you know. I've done Italian. I did a little Italian, and I enjoyed this very much. You know, matter of fact, I still do Spanish. I just did an audition for a Spanish part. What they call an old man who's dying, and he breaks out of bed and he runs out. You know, hola, hola, aquí vivo yo para siempre. You know, saying I'm gonna live forever. You know.
Yeah.
It was a comedy. That's, you know, and so I don't mind. You know, I can switch in and out. So you know, whatever. If you give me a Russian part, I'll learn how to speak Russian if I have to, for the sake of being an actor.
Yeah.
You know.
I was gonna ask, so I know you've also written a little bit, and so you're an actor. What does success mean to you when you're doing a piece of work? Is it like leaving it out on all on the table as your character? Is it the success of the work after you left it? Like, what does it mean to you?
It means when you get a character, you get into it. When I'm doing it, everything blocks out, and I'm just with the character. And success for me means just doing it right, doing the character justice, doing the writer writes it, you read it, and you perform the character. You know, it doesn't have to be, but you know, you give it what you all you can get. I mean, that's what you know, as an actor. And a lot of people don't understand that, you know, they say, oh, well, you know, anybody can do that. It's not anybody can do it. You have to get into it. You want to have to do it. I think that's important, that you want to be the character, make justice. You got another actor who's asking you a question, and you're performing for that actor to give him life or give her life. And, you know, you got to be true to the character that you're playing. It doesn't have to be that you're right. It doesn't have to be right, but you have to be true. You have to the character, or try to be true.
Okay. Going along with that, for my last question, is if anyone is starting off their acting journey, do you have any advice for them?
Yes, I do. If you want to be an actor, you know, go for it. Don't, and you always gotta get people who are gonna tell you, yeah, get out, quit, you're not right for it, you know, this and that, this is a hard life. Everything is a hard life. Everything in life is a hard. But you gotta do what you wanna do in life. You only have one life. Live it the way you wanna live it, you know. And in the end, you gotta be satisfied with you, with yourself. That's the part of being an actor, or being in anything. But don't think it's going to be easy. So, you know, sometimes it's easy. It starts off easy, then it starts getting hard. You can't say. You got to say, this is what I want to do. You know, and this is what I'm going to keep doing until my life ends. But at the end of your life, you got to be satisfied with yourself. You got to say to yourself, this is what I wanted to do. This is the way I wanted to live, and I lived the way I wanted to live. Enjoy your life your way, not somebody else is telling you that you should do this and do that because they were gonna, you know, you can't pay the rent. So you can't pay the rent. You get a job, make money, or keep doing what you want to do. I mean, you know, I've always took jobs that I can leave, or jobs that didn't mean anything to me. I worked at night so I can act during the day, and things like that. For anybody who wants to be an actor, or anything in life, do what you have to do it, and don't have any regrets.
That's great advice.
Okay.
That's really great advice, Jose. I want to thank you so much for being here.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
And sharing your story. So
I didn't think I was going to talk that much.
No, it was amazing. It's so great, and I'm sure you have so many stories that you didn't even get to share with us. But I'd like to also thank. Oh, well, where can we find you? IMDb. All your
yeah, you can find me there.
IMDb under Jose Rosario. Is that your artistic name as well? Okay, and I want to thank everyone at My TV for watching, and to stick around for more. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.